Hello, it's Tim at the TAH Farm. Today is June 30th, Monday. I worked last night. We're just getting going here. It's a little afternoon. Just got done doing some weeding in the garden and kind of give you an update of what's been going on here. All right, I'm out here in the implement barn. Last video I talked about the combine, the old 6600. She is sold. Had a guy comment, email me off the last video I put on there. He said, I've been watching a bunch of your old videos and I'll take it. Came up here, I started it up. He goes, I'll take the spare parts, here's the money. So yeah, it's gone. And nice gentleman. I won't say his name or anything because I don't know that he wants to be mentioned on YouTube. I'll err on the side of conservatism there. If you do, I'm sorry. But nice guy. This worked real well. This is that dampener I talked about for this positive displacement pump. In past years, I could never tell what pressure I was actually running because this needle would be bouncing back and forth so fast between 20 and 40 and never know what I was at, just, you know, and the faster you go, the faster it moves. So sitting in the cab about right here, you would never see it. With that dampener on there, it just bounced between about 38 and 40, maybe 41, just, you know, so I could actually see the pressure this year. This worked phenomenal. It took a while to get out to do that. Just a simple fact, I couldn't get out to spray. It was either too hot, too windy, or too wet. Yeah, there were days we were starting off 12, 15 mile an hour in the morning. And a lot of the chemicals you can't spray over 10. Liberty's one you can go to 15, I believe. I have to look at the label again. There was something I could go to 15 on it. I don't remember. Is that Zizigua maybe? Especially at the 20-gallon rate. But anyway, this worked great when I got out there. This pump, man, it had no issues keeping up at 20 gallons an acre at 5-6 miles an hour, pumping out. I can't go much faster than that because my flow meter, and that's something else I'm going to talk about here. This flow meter I got on here is for 0.3 gallons to 15 gallons a minute. The one I had before was 2 to 60. The problem I run into when I got one zone open, going 10 gallons an acre with my yellow nozzles. These are 10s, these are 15s, and these are 20 gallons an acre nozzles. All I do is switch them. Even at 15 gallons an acre, when I'm slowing down at the end of the rows to 4 mile an hour or so, it can't read how many gallons per acre you're putting down because it's below the 2. So I was having all kinds of fits with it. So anyway, when I redesigned this one, I put this flow meter on there, bought that one. The other one is for sale. I'll show it here in a second. The other thing I did this past week, I did a lot of barn cleaning, and all the parts I had on this that I took off that came with it, gentleman picked them up over the weekend here. He wanted them, so I'm glad that went to somebody that can use them. And he actually shared some information about Hardy Sprayer and actually gave me a location to find a manual for it. However, the only thing I need a manual for is the boom structure, because I redid all the nozzles and everything. Those are T-Jet nozzles, T-Jet 3-channel or 3-selector or whatever you would call it, nozzles. And that's all English standard size, 1/2-inch hose, 3/4-inch boom. So, and I redid all that. So, and anyway, that's all T-Jet. Raven manifold, I put that on. So Anyway, that's this. Let me go show you this because this is for sale if anybody's interested, and I'll explain a little more about it. All right, here it is. You can see it's a 60p right there, Raven. Got all the papers on it. I only used this maybe 3 years. You can read all the numbers on it. It's hard to do here one-handed. You can read all the numbers on it. There's the model number. Model number. That's not focusing, but anyway, the impeller spins. I don't know if I can get it up here. And you can see it spin there. Excellent shape. It's like next to brand new. You can see how clean and everything looks. I've had it in this package for 3 years, covered in this box. This is the box the new one came in. It's a 15, and this is a 60. So this isn't the box, but you can see that box is in great shape, been on the shelf in a storage room here for about 3 years. But when you're doing a flow meter on your boom, you need to know what your minimum is. Now my boom's 45 feet. At the minimum one section is 5 nozzles. It's 5, 6, 5, 6, 5 spacing on there in 5 sections. So my minimum would be 5 nozzles, which is 1/5 of the boom. And the lowest speed I would go would be 4 miles an hour. And 4 miles an hour at 10 gallons an acre is 0.7 gallons per minute. That's over this. This is the minimum 2 gallons. So this isn't going to give you any indication of what you're spraying at that rate. So the valve goes nuts. It doesn't know what to do. But you also need to know what your maximum is at 27 nozzles. There's 27 nozzles across the boom. Using the whole boom, 5 miles an hour, my max spraying is 20 gallons an acre. Now I know 5 miles, it's actually 4.9 when I'm in 5th gear, throttle all the way. So I'm rarely over 5 miles a gallon, or 5 miles an hour. And the nozzles, the 20 gallon nozzles are 0.35 gallons an acre, or a minute spraying. That's 9.5 gallons. That's under the 15 I need. So this is a 2 to 60, and I needed the 0.3 to 15 gallon. And that's what's on that sprayer. So this is for sale. Brand new. I'd have to look it up. I'll put it at the bottom. I think it's in the neighborhood of $700-800 for one of these, brand new. It's in new condition. I'd like $400 for it. I know that's kind of steep, but if you need one, that is extremely cheap, what you're getting right there. And then we'll throw a little extra on for shipping. I don't know what shipping would cost, but we'll put it in, wrap it up in this bubble wrap again like it comes, put it in here, and I'll put it in another box so it's packed up real nice. But yeah, if you're interested in this, like I said, it's next to brand new. So, but that's kind of what we got going on. Supposed to be meeting with the guy, try to use this tile up. I think that's like 100 feet there or so. That was left over from a tiling project. But we got to go from the road out here. Just to the left of my drive here is where the tile catches in, and that orange flag, those are some markings I got out here. We need to run that around. Motorcycle. Need to run that around the barn. So between these two barns there's a low spot that you've seen in some old videos where it catches water. Right now I got a sump pump sitting in there pumping it to another tile that I got back here. Ooh. But that tile's shallow. I want to put a tile in from the road, keep it deep all the way out here. And there's the setup I have right now. And right there's the concrete catch basin I've had for about 5 years to put out there. Got that shortly after I built the barn. Found we had a real bad low spot right here that used to run to the pond back there, but it doesn't anymore because the barn's in the way. So anyway, that's kind of stuff going on right now. Spraying's done. We'll throw some pictures here of the corn and the beans, what they look like now. And all right, here's the beans. They look real good. We put a smack down on them weeds. Kind of thin in a few places, but looks like some still coming up in some spots. But looks like I might need to come over here and backpack the edge a little bit, get a little closer. But yeah, they're coming around real good. Beans are coming up out over those weeds. Those weeds were up above the beans before. So looking real good. Let's go look at some corn. Here's my corn. It's waist high here into June, so we're doing real good. You can see where I ran over a bunch turning around and whatnot. This is a weird section. There's 4 sets of 6 that come down through here, and then this is end rows here for the rest of that back there. So these end rows actually turn around in this, and so you run down all that, which is what I'm talking about. Is when it's small, that'll come right back up. When it's that big, it don't do that. But we're getting some killing on some of the weeds. Some of them are hurting. I don't think we got very much on that. But yeah, this is straight Roundup. Don't think we did much to that. It might die. Yeah, this is a bunch of turning around right here. Trying to get lined up to go back in a row. Yeah, I don't know that we did much to that one. Yeah, did hit the corn a little bit in a few spots, but yeah, there you can see what the weeds look like, just Roundup only. You seen what the corn or beans looked like. I put the smack down on them, not here. So some of them, put the hammer on that, but not what's next to it. So anyway, there's what the corn looks like. And here's where I'm standing, right here in a spot. But right there it's a lot shorter. Right there it's a lot shorter. I just happened to walk into this spot. I didn't pay attention. That's nice looking corn. But you can see last Monday, a week ago, I sprayed this and putting that side dressing on. It's hard to see the knife marks here. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a weed constraint problem here. You can see the side dress marks. We've had a little bit of rain since then, but yeah, there you can see what that's like. My other cornfield is going to be just the same, maybe a little shorter. So hey, thanks for watching, guys.